Hello, fellow YouTubers. RW Preston 135, better known as With Preston, my real name, here today. And I want to unbox a few different items that I've purchased recently. This is not going to be a full, complete, detailed type of thing, but I do want to talk about just a few different items, one of which is the new Nintendo 3DS XL. I'm also going to talk a little bit about Super Smash Bros. 3DS. I'm also going to talk about the Amiibo character figure that you can use with the new Nintendo 3DS XL. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about the strategy guide. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to unbox the new item itself. And as I do that, again, I will mention that I have already set everything up because I could not wait to play it when it first came out. Alright, so it came out of the box just nice. So I decided to get the new red, I believe is the actual color. So one of the things I do want to do also with the new 3DS XL is just talk a little bit about some of the new features. There is, of course, the 3D function as well as the volume. One of the features I really like, though, is this new C-stick. It's kind of like a pencil eraser, mouse controller, pointer type thing that they had with the IBM ThinkPad years ago. It is also available on some of the Lenovo ThinkPads. So anyway, this particular C-stick is very neat because it acts as a second controller where you can change your camera angles and views and that sort of thing. I like how the buttons are colored differently, the A, B, X, and Y. If you notice, the home button is down here. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this thing up. Alright. In order to play Smash Brothers, of course, you need a physical copy of the item itself or a downloadable version at Nintendo eShop. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cartridge in. It may take it a second just to load. Alright, so it took me a few times to start the card and get it to read for the system. Alright. And of course, here is what your screen should probably look like before you start it. Alright, so I'm on the main screen right now. I'll let that load. Another great thing I do like about what the wizards at Nintendo have decided to do is they included all the characters on the instruction manual, as well as some general information about the layout of the gamepad and some buttons and what they do and that sort of thing. But I like how they've got each character on here and some of their base moves and what you can do to execute them, different button combinations and joystick combinations. So they've really done a thorough job of trying to get all of the characters on here. So if you don't feel like buying the strategy guide, you can get some of those button combinations and the characters themselves, some pictures of the moves themselves as well. So I decided to get the Samus Aran figure as my amiibo. I've bought a few other ones, but this is the one that looked really interesting in terms of the character. And I've always liked Samus in the Metroid games, and I like her set of moves that are in the Super Smash Bros. Game. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. Also mention, I like on the back how it has a few little advertising type of things. And in order to play this game, again, as I have mentioned, you have to have the new Nintendo 3DS XL. If you do have a Wii U, you can also use it on there. Alright, and the basic combination of items or placement of the figure, you have to place it each time on the new 3DS XL or the Wii U gamepad. Because what that does is it sends data back and forth between the system and the little figure itself. Alright. So I have to try to be careful opening my figure. Alright. Alright. So I'm going to go first to the Amiibo section. And as you see on the screen, before you can play with the Amiibo, you do have to touch it to the touchpad itself, or the actual gamepad. And what that's going to do, like I've said, is going to register it to this system, and it's also going to track the stats and help you with leveling up and that sort of thing. Alright. I'm getting the screen that shows the status. Alright. So right now what I'm doing is I'm giving this character a nickname, and it is registering to my me that I have previously created. Alright, so now I have to put the Amiibo back on again. And I just got the verification that the registration process is complete, so now I can use Samus as a character now. I have the Amiibo, and now once I have my Amiibo created, I can feed different items that I've earned in the game, and what that's going to do is help level my Amiibo up. The more you play with it, my understanding is that it does level up as well that way. The great thing about the Amiibo is that you can play it if you don't have somebody else to compete against. You can have that as kind of an avatar of sorts. Just briefly want to talk about the strategy guide that is available at your local retailer. There is a redemption code for the e-guide, so any kind of updates that they do have that may not have been included in this item is available. So that's just a nice extra little perk. I think it's a $10 value equivalent. And I like how each character in here has their own information, their own move set. In this case I did choose Samus, so I'm going to just show you real briefly her page. You see it's got her statistics and again some of her special moves. Okay. This guide does have an area specific to the 3DS so that it helps you know a little bit more about the game, what the Smash Run is, some of the unlockable trophies, what you can do to customize individual characters and have attributes. It gives you your smash run powers. Some of the extra games like the target smash, what to expect during classic mode, who you'll fight, such as Master Hand, some of the stages you might include. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up and give just a few final thoughts. For anyone that's interested in getting a new Nintendo 3DS XL, I definitely recommend it if you want to upgrade. If you already have one and you maybe don't want some of the extra bells and whistles, like the C-Stick, if you don't really need that, then it's not an absolute necessary purchase. I do know that some of the games are going to be required to have the new Nintendo 3DS XL hardware. One of those games I know is Xenoblade Chronicles. I personally like it because it does have the Circle Pad Pro equivalent C-Stick included. Some of the 3D is a little bit easier for me to see. You have to remember that I have astigmatism, a lazy eye, so I may not be able to focus on one individual point. Other than that, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and follow me on RWPreston135. Also encourage you to go to the gaming clan I'm a part of, dsoclan.com. You're welcome to join. Just be sure you go to dsoclan./forums, that is dsoclan/forums. And from there, go down to recruitment guidelines and look for the application. Thanks for watching. See you later.